This show is brought to you by Directory.com, the safest way to hire a contractor.
And we are back. Our next story is even crazier than the first one. Clay has the details. Go ahead, Clay.
So when disaster strikes, we trust that FEMA funds will help communities rebuild honestly and fairly. But sometimes those funds are abused by contractors, officials, or even elected leaders. So in the small town of Ball, Louisiana, the mayor went to prison for inflating FEMA claims after Hurricane Gustav. Here's what happened and what every homeowner should know. So back in September of 2008, Hurricane Gustav struck Ball, Louisiana, which made the town eligible for FEMA disaster recovery funds. From late 2008 to early 2009, the town completed a lot of legitimate recovery work. Cleanup, emergency repairs were carried out, contractors got paid, but FEMA reimbursements had not yet been fully processed. All these contractors were submitting reimbursements to FEMA to get paid. And in early 2009, we talked about monopoly money, the fraud begins. So Mayor Roy Hebron, the mayor, and town officials created inflated cost, quote unquote, estimates for work that had already been paid for. The false estimates were submitted to FEMA as if they were unpaid invoices. FEMA reimbursed the town, ultimately sending tens of thousands of extra dollars to Ball, Louisiana. And here, just one example, kind of what was going on. A contractor found a $69,000 FEMA claim submitted under his name. It was submitted on behalf of the contractor, though he had only received about $16,000. The witnesses acknowledged that the paperwork was false, though no one claimed Hebron had explicitly ordered them to lie. So, kind of reeks of a cover up, right? Like the mayor kind of slid under the radar here somehow. But in May 2009, FBI raided Ball Town Hall. Agents executed a search warrant at the municipal building and seized records related to these FEMA claims. And then in September of 2009, Hebron, the mayor, did in fact get indicted. A federal grand jury charged him and 4 others with conspiracy, major disaster fraud, and theft of government funds. So the ultimate outcome, he wound up being convicted on all 4 counts. He got 4 years in federal prison, followed by 3 years probation, and he was ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $105,000. The town of Ball had a 20-year dispute with FEMA over additional money owed from the fraudulent invoices. Ball wound up having to repay $163,000 to FEMA, but it took until 2002 for them to agree to kind of refund these monies from Gustav as well as Hurricane Rita. And really, taxpayers are the ones who end up paying the price. FEMA withheld Hurricane Laura aid until the fraud debt was repaid from the previous funds that had been released. So the next time, talk about a boy who cried wolf type thing. Now the wolf really shows up in the form of Hurricane Laura, and there is no funds to help people. It's being withheld, all because some mayor and his cronies decided to try to cheat the system. Get this though. Roy Hebron ran for mayor again in 2018 after being released from prison, and the sucker won. What is going on down there, Ball, Louisiana? What are y'all doing? Luckily, the felony conviction barred him from returning to office. So, kind of a decent end to a pretty sad, terrible story. But it's pretty amazing how, elected officials can get away with so much stuff, and then through public popularity or whatever, people still vote for them. Pretty insane. How does this happen, Britt? How do these officials get away with this crap and people still want them to come back to office?
Only seems like that would, well, I mean, it's Ball, Louisiana. Never heard of it. I see it's a small town, couple buddies, they've been politicking for a while, and they're like, hey man, we can get a little bit more cheddar for this. It's FEMA. They're not looking at us. And there you go. They got caught.
As an immigrant from one of the most corrupted countries in the world, Russia, here's my take. Like in Russia, every disaster, war, I just read a story this morning, big article, how, we have war in Ukraine right now, and there are people who stealing money, like the nation's money, like pretty much, every government, every mayor of every city corrupt. Like everybody knows it. Like you will never see a mayor of a Russian city who will like hit and run someone or DUI, like get charges. Like just government protects them. So it's like one big mafia, right? And for many, many years, people were like, every time someone talks about corruption, I would talk about corruption. People would say, you think here they don't have corruption? I'm like, they do, but like when you get pulled over, you're not trying to bribe a cop. You try to bribe a judge, or like you're gonna get in so much trouble. It's happening, and now I'm covering the news. Like this is actually one of the very first stories in 15 years that I've heard that mayor of the city stole like the way he like this is really Russian way. Like this is common in Russia. Like you get government money, you have to take piece of pie. So I don't know if it's immigrant influence or what it is, but this is not common story for United States. Would you agree or not?
I don't think it's common. I think I pulled up a story here too. Is was Mayor Hebron a modern day Robin Hood? So somebody thought that he was like stealing from the federal to give to his town. And with Britt's point, it's 3,900 population there in Ball. So like, but it's one of those things that they can't track where the money actually went if he actually put it in his own pocket. But he did gain some of the capital on the political spectrum, if nothing else, and paid other people. But it's like where did the money go? So the town had to pay back the 163,000 I just read. So that was paid from the town, and then the same town elects the guy. So Clay, I'm with you. Is like, how does he have the town pay it back? So everybody there benefited is what it sounds like, which is kind of crazy to talk about. But
Yeah, so he paid, looks like, or ordered to pay 105,000. Bowlery paid 163,000.
yeah,
And I would also say that FEMA is one of the most corrupt organizations out there. First of all, I don't understand why FEMA even exists with all insurance companies there, because when after the hurricane, they just start pointing fingers at each other, like State Farm, Allstate, like, "Hup, we're not, it's a disaster." So they pretty much watch the news and they're like, "Oh, okay, it's Hurricane 5, or government now have to step in and pay." Like, what's happening to billions of dollars the insurance companies collecting? Why they're not paying? And then the FEMA is no worse. I feel like it's just human nature. Some people, when they get to manage, large sums of money, and they're not used to, even homeowners. When a homeowner gets a large check from insurance company, they've never seen, $50,000-$60,000 check before. It's like, oh, time to buy a car or a boat or whatever. Do
Disney
you guys
World.
see it often?
I see that.
Go ahead, Britt. You talk about it.
I see that all the time. I mean, it happens a couple times a year. Exactly the same scenario. Although it's not usually a car, it is a trip for the family. So there's
Vacation.
some value there. They're trying to have some fun with the family. But yeah, I do think this is some small town politics. You did say, talking about the whole Russia thing. I think a lot of this stuff does take place. I think a lot of it doesn't get caught. So
yep.
This is just one example of many where it was actually highlighted.
Clay,
Yeah,
what do you wanted to say?
I think it's a pretty small scale example of the old phrase that power corrupts, right? Even small amounts of power, people try to leverage and take advantage of it and benefit themselves through buying a car or buying a vacation or whatever. And certainly the greater that power, the greater the money involved, the greater the incentive or inducement to be corrupted. And you mentioned FEMA. Like the first time I remember hearing about FEMA was after Katrina and disastrous rollout of all of those trailers that they were trying to put down there. I mean, to me, FEMA may very well be highly corrupt, or it may be horribly mismanaged. And it's hard to tell which one unless you really get in there and dig around and figure it out and do that hard work, which it's hard ass work. Like I understand people aren't necessarily willing to do it, but that's the difference. I mean, and now the current administration says, let's just slash, let's cut, burn everywhere we can. And yeah, we'll get rid of some corruption, but you might also get rid of stuff that we need that's just being horribly run and really poorly managed. And that's where you need smart people to get into the right places. And heck, nobody wants to join government work and do government work. And, it doesn't pay well and it's not exciting, but it's really necessary. And certainly there's going to be times where there's a town like Ball that needs a FEMA. And hopefully incidents like this don't ruin it for everybody.
Well, I feel like every year we make it worse for ourselves. Like every single year, like insurances would be working and keep paying out claims, but because of the corruption, because of the third parties, because of stealing, all of that, like every year, like even in this story, hurricane happen again, but they're like, okay, we're not giving you any more money because you messed up last year. That's someone's home and not going to get repaired because of that. And the reason Florida and California have insurance crisis now, same reason. Someone is abusing it, and someone later will reap the benefits. But the craziest part for me here is this guy went to jail for 4 years, followed by 3 years of probation. Came out. Not only he ran, he won. he, he won, and someone says, no, 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 buddy. Like who even let him run again for mayor? He's like, that's all I know. I just know how to be a mayor. Cannot do nothing else. I mean, imagine spending 4 years in prison, come out, it's like, I'll lead you by city of Bowl.
Like Jonathan said, maybe he is viewed as a Robin Hood. And that's what it sounds like, hence him winning the election.
I want to
That's
meet
what
his
I think they
campaign
did.
manager. I want to meet his campaign manager because that messaging was great. He's got people writing stories about how he's a Robin Hood. Oh man, that's a well-placed source there, sir.
I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna actually go and dig deep on
It's
this.
really
I mean,
interesting.
he's my hero now. Like 4 years. See, I mean, and the second one too. So he paid back 105,000. That's a big lump sum. Like for the mayor, like I can't imagine mayors of small towns getting paid that much. That's probably like a yearly salary. And to give it back, it's like, okay, $105,000 right here. I'll go to it again. I'll become mayor. This is too good. This is too good. Any other notes on this one?
I just think that there's a common theme here of mismanagement of funds at FEMA. So I think that's what's getting ready to come up in the next segment as well. So
Yes. Unfortunately, that's stories today, and FEMA has a big budgets too. When we come back after the break, we have crazy story of a kickback scandal. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.